because he was by that time, poor man, weakened physically by diabetes to some extent and by drink, and he then clung on to the public image, Brendan, which wasn't the true one. And this was the source of his agony, that he wasn't able to get in touch with his real self. And you can't write unless you're in touch with your real self. You've got to throw, you can't write well. And Brendan was, in my mind, a creative person of genius. And in order to get down on paper something permanent and worthwhile, you've got to touch that little inner marrow of yourself and get it out on paper. Otherwise, 90% of people who write are not geniuses, because they don't touch that self. Brendan, in his poems and in Borstal Boy and in these marvellous short stories, penetrated beneath the outer skin of reality and got to the deep inner self. But to do that, you've got to have strength and discipline, and Brendan had given that up. And then, as a sort of a compensation, he took the public image.
But what had been the entertainer, the man who wanted simply to entertain with stories, talking to people? I'm reminded of what Flann O'Brien, Miles Nagopan said, which you'll quote, that he was more player than playwright. To what extent do you think this is part of the man?
This is the terrible temptation that the Irish have, or people of Irish or Celtic temperament. Most writers are dull fellows, They're not able to satisfy the desire that all artists have to be seen in the public eye by using extroverted gifts, talkers, actors. They haven't got that gift. But Brendan had it, Dylan Thomas had it, Oscar Wilde had it. In other words, they could be creative artists in conversation, in public. They could do their thing. Brendan's thing was mime, song, story. He was a one-man show in himself. And the awful temptation, of course, is to do your creative thing as a public